started. I don't know if Gavin, if you want to kick it off, if you have any thing related to our deliverables, but I can pull up our Gantt chart and see kind of updated, see if we have any progress we want to add to it. But yeah, I guess our team, Alan, Gavin, if y'all have any updates, feel free to kick off the meeting.
I can't hear you, Gavin. I don't know if that's just me.
I can't hear you
I
either.
can't hear you either.
That's weird because I don't think
About now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Actually, sorry. No, I just had my original one. I think we're good. Okay. Actually, Mao's just getting here. So, hey, Mao. We were just starting off the architecture section, Mao. Actually, if you want to give an update on the rendering, I saw that Max posted like an exploded view.
Okay, let me share screen. So I didn't have so I have some a question about the side modeling stuff, but I can share screen first. So I have done something like for landscape stuff, and let me show you something what I have now. But still, I'm still working on the material. Oh, sorry. Fuck.
Yeah, no, that's looking great in terms of the landscaping.
So yeah, but I'm still working on a landscape design. No, like the material. So like all of this material, it's not like something like this. It's not perfect. I will change that. I will adjust that. But I just confused about the site modeling. So I have checked something like the I think that's let me show you something. Oh, this one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when I put these pictures with the model under the model, I just find, so the blue line your drawings, this blue line is our site, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
But I find that it couldn't fit to our modeling. It couldn't fit our model.
I think what it is that we left off some of the lots on the lower side, so that this is maybe my fault. The back of that lot, that's in line with the other lots is correct. It's just that southern side, I think we shortened slightly because there's a limit to how many units we could do for the attached housing category.
Yeah.
So we ended up using a slightly smaller, like we shrunk the lot in the vertical direction slightly off the bottom. So if you like scale it so that the back of the lot is level with the back of the lot on that plan, that should be the correct scale. I can open Rhino and share something if.
Okay, cool.
1 second. Okay. Okay, I'm just opening it up now. Take a second. Right, so here is, I don't actually have the zoning, but like you can see the site here in
Mm,
relation.
mm.
I think that the issue is just that we took some of the area off the bottom lot, and we shrunk it slightly. So that's why it's showing as it's like too large when you're scaling it based on those lots, is because it's like too large overall. It just needs to be scaled down to that size. So yeah, it's just that base doesn't quite align. Does that make sense? I can send you the updated outline. That mistake on my part, but it shouldn't be a problem. It just means scaling the whole building down slightly to match that back. The thing is matching the back lot line.
So you mean, so okay, so I understand your point. Like, so for the first floor, so you know, we didn't like occupy the our building for the first floor. Is not exclude, you know, it's not exclude the blue line, but we just add some columns on the first floor. Is that your meanings? So it's but for the second floor and the third floor, you know, there are some architectural parts, the building parts, which you know, it's how to say that? Can I share screen? Let me. So for the first floor here, let me wait. So this is a blue line. So for the first floor, here it shouldn't, it should be in the blue line, right? Of this part. Is that your meaning? And here is a column. So we just add some new columns, which, you know, in the outside of the this blue line. Is that your meaning? Or
what I think is that there's like here I can draw. So like this back line here,
yeah.
that actually the whole lot gets scaled down to this line here, I believe. I think the building or conversely, the image needs to be scaled up slightly.
Oh, so you mean
the back line on that image is what's supposed to be the plot line.
okay, so okay, I got it. I mean, so it should in this way.
Yes,
But
exactly. I mean, you probably scale it 2D, but yes.
But could we do that? Because it's a practical project. Could we do that? I mean,
well, I think that's what the scale we originally designed it for. I just think that that underlying image is not quite the right scale in relation to the building.
Okay. But could we do, so I also checked the Google map. I mean, think about, could you see my Google map? Okay, cool. So here is a site, right?
Yeah.
Could we just use a Google map? So
yeah,
so
I mean,
that's
would be fine. Like the site is like this area basically.
Yeah. So maybe we just use a Google map, not that picture. So I will just draw the I will just do the whole modeling stuff, site modeling in according to the Google map. Is that cool?
Yeah, there is
Okay.
the CAD mapper, that CAD mapper file too, if you want to use that. But yeah, the Google Maps probably more detailed.
Yeah, I will do that. Okay, cool.
I don't actually know how to bring that into Ryan, but
yeah,
maybe.
And I have no problem now, but I think I will be very busy for tomorrow and Friday, but maybe Friday night, I will show you some final modeling stuff for Inkscape with all of the landscape, with all of the site modeling. And I will ask you guys about what kind of perspective view you want, because you want to show something, show some details and your design intention by rendering, right? So I will ask you guys something like that. And yeah, we can discuss that in Discord. then, Inkscape is very fast. So then I will, export the final rendering for you guys, maybe before the end of this week. Is that cool?
Yeah, that sounds great. And it should be
Okay,
only
cool.
just like 5, images.
Yeah, 5 images.
Probably just like an isometric elevation. I think Max had posted an
Yeah.
exposed view that you did.
Yeah,
That
so
one's great.
so how many do you need some interior space rendering, like to show some interior rooms, like some unit? Maybe I think you need.
Maybe we could do one perspective of like the kind of back large patio space and one perspective
Yeah.
of interior.
Okay. Okay, cool.
But you don't, because doing the interiors takes a lot of time. So
Yeah, but I just but I just think if you need to like do some, if you need to explain your unit design in the final presentation, maybe you should show at least the one rendering for that, but maybe just a very simple one. So
there's like a little communal kitchen section.
kitchen. Okay.
It's on the second floor. That might be the best to do, just as like an explainer. It's like the kitchen laundry area.
Okay, kitchen laundry. Okay, you can just send me so what kind of perspective you want. So
Yeah, I can go in the Rhino model.
okay, yeah, you can just show me some screenshot stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I just talked to Hayden earlier as another update, and he's
Mm.
working on revising the construction documents.
Okay.
He's doing the floor plans right now.
Mm.
And I did put one of the documents in. There's like a ground floor plan that got uploaded to the drive, so that's in the submission build document. If you guys want to see, it's over here. That's this thing right here. So I think he's just updating that, and then once that's done, we can start doing the elevations and sections and I guess interior detail. We looked briefly at like mechanical, plumbing, electrical. I think we're just going to save that for last until we need to do it, because that's going to have to be coordinated between the different teams. Other than that, continue filling stuff out. We've got basically all the way down through the design goals to the technical goals. So I will copy paste those in, and then I think the only thing right now is the budget and the codes and standards, which I'm filling in. I'm working on RS means to get the rough budget.
Oh, okay, cool.
Cool. All right, does one of the engineering teams want to go?
Wait, yeah, Gavin, that looked awesome, by the way, but did you say that you already wrote out the technical goals?
No, so I haven't copy pasted them over from your document yet.
Okay. Leave them for now, because those were just like initial thoughts, and then once I finish like some of the like sizing and stuff that I've been working on, I'm gonna go back and like I can write them out like kind of more complete and thorough. Like that table of contents kind of outline was more of just like initial thoughts, but I'll move it over for sure in the next couple days.
Okay, so I'll let
so
you.
You don't have to do that. Yeah. But as for work, I guess on my end, I talked with Jared a little bit earlier, and have been kind of on a wild goose chase with like kind of, I guess, finding an actual HVAC system that sort of meets our heating and cooling requirements. Just to show you guys real quick, I went through this software that's approved by Manual J, which is kind of like the HVAC sizing like manual that's super extensive and like is used for I guess like the actual building sector. And I did some like kind of high level work in this, just going through and did like kind of rough estimates for each of the rooms, or I guess each of the units and spaces that are that like are in our building, and then came up with like a sort of rough estimate of what type of HVAC like loads that we're going to be demanding. I guess kind of to Gavin to kind of, I think that this either Rhino or the other software had some estimations that were maybe a little less than this. But I think that these are going to be kind of the heating and cooling loads that will that I'm kind of sizing our heat pump system off of. What's important to like kind of consider here is that like, because we're servicing like over like 11,000 square feet, you know, it's pretty normal that we're going to have a total of like 160,000 BTUs of like heating and cooling. That's going to be like required because like just like a standard, I think like a standard like 1,000 square foot home single family residence would require like 30 to 40,000 BTUs, which is kind of just like the energy metric. For those who aren't sure what BTUs are, it's just a measurement of energy. It's like joules, but in are we American units? Whatever English units are. So I've been doing a lot of research trying to find geothermal or ground source heat pump systems that meet this requirement. A lot of that research has come up unlucky and unsuccessful, but I'm still working to try and find like a manufacturer that has basically let's see, a system like something like this. This is like what geothermal heat pumps technically, wait, where are the products? Let's say this one, for example. This is something that we might want to see in our building. Here we go. These are like examples of what geothermal heat pump systems might look like and what would go into that storage room that's toward the parking structure. But the issue is that this one, for example, a 7 series is 7 tons, which corresponds to about 84,000 BTUs of like kind of load demand. And we need like double that basically. So it's like a lot of energy, but that's kind of normal with just like the way that our like kind of a multifamily residence kind of shakes out. That might mean that we have to propose, I've been looking into kind of like dual systems, dual source heat pump systems that use both like geothermal and also air, like air to air conventional heat pump systems to sort of meet that demand. Once I get that down, I'll be able to kind of finalize like the sizing requirements for the geothermal. Was just like definitely a little bit of an eye opener when I saw like the heating and cooling requirements just like estimated from that website. But it's okay. Gonna work on that for the rest of tonight and hopefully find something that we can use. I've also gone through and sort of narrowed down some of the lighting fixtures that we're going to use. It's all going to be LEDs, and they all have dimming features as well as variable temperature sort of illuminance, which is like light bulbs with a lower temperature are like examples of warmer light that's like a little more just kind of relaxed, if you will. while light bulbs with like higher temperatures have that you might want to find in like bathrooms and office spaces for like task lighting where you need like a little bit more of definition. Those are going to be higher temperature lighting fixtures. The lighting fixtures that right now I have selected for the living rooms, bedrooms are here. I can go ahead and show what they look like. So let's see here. So these are the dimmable flush mount ceiling fixtures that would go in living rooms and bedrooms for the most part. So again, they have like switch controls between 5 different temperatures. They have dimming, which is like kind of, I would say, the main 2 components for like manually adjusting LED lights that we might want to see in this building. Also for the bathroom lights, right now we have these 4-inch LEDs that have the similar properties where you know, they have 5 different sort of temperatures, as well as a kind of dimming element to them, and these ones are waterproof. And then lastly, well, I guess second to lastly, these would be right now got these selected for the outdoor fixtures, just for like to add lights to sort of like outdoor like patio areas, by maybe like the parking lot. The last sort of lighting fixture, I'm again, I kind of don't know, you know, too much about this. This has kind of just been my like best attempt at like the lighting. But the last thing that I want to do is just pick a fixture for like landscape lighting. And these aren't really important for like the renderings or anything. It's more just to get an idea of like how much light we're going to need and how much power output that would ultimately require, as well as like being able to add them to like a schedule to get like a total amount of lighting fixtures. Let's see. Just last thing to share on that note. Oops. Here we go. I kind of started doing so yeah, these were some of like my calculation or some of the equations that kind of get thrown into play with like these lighting requirements. The biggest thing is that's important is like lumens, which is sort of the measurement of light, or like illuminance on a certain surface. Not really important for you guys because you know, it's more just for my sake and for the rest of the engineering beat's sake. I started just using the original or the plans that were in the PDF to sort of like start picking locations for these lights, just like marked by my colors here. So once I was working with Jared before this a little bit on like what making sure that these numbers kind of make sense. And once we have that down, I'll be able to get a schedule to Hayden for like the actual energy consumption. And then also, I think Takeo, you were looking for like annual water consumption for the life cycle assessment. Is that correct?
I'm not sure if we need water consumption, but I do know we need energy consumption, like a rough estimate. And I can check real quick. I think there was one more.
Okay. Are there units for the energy consumption? Is it BTUs?
Oh, actually, yes, you were right. There's energy consumption and water consumption.
Okay.
For energy consumption, I think they want kilowatt hours.
Kilowatt hours. Okay, for sure. So yeah, we can. I can get that to you relatively soon. Just once I get this stuff kind of finalized. And then we're also, Oliver, I think, is going to hopefully work on water consumption, but we have like the fixtures, just need to get the count. And then is that also like a yearly, is that like water
yeah,
consumption on a yearly basis?
it is annual, yeah. And then it could be like cubic feet, pounds, or cubic yards.
Gotcha, for sure. Okay. Yeah, but that's kind of, I would say, the updates on my end. Yeah. What I got.
Cool. I guess for engineering A, Kaiji and I have been working on the LCA. Yeah, we're just still basically gathering materials and inputting it into the software. And then, yeah,
Are there
that's what
any
I've been working on.
critical things you need to KO for input?
The water consumption and energy consumption is basically all we need. Like if we really want to get into it, I guess, well, I don't think we'll actually be able to accurately measure these things. Yeah, I mean, one thing that's possible is maybe like what kind of plants you guys are putting around the building, but I mean, it's probably not too important. Other than that, they have like refrigerant leakage, which I doubt we'll be able to find a
I think we
value
should,
for.
I think we should assume that we have like minimal refrigerant leakage, because the
Yeah.
refrigerant, yeah, we want to just assume that's like minimum.
I guess one thing maybe architecture. Oh, actually, no. I think we have everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Sterling, you think you can do the energy consumption based on the manual J stuff?
Well, so that what I just showed was just like the HVAC requirements, but I have like the kilowatt hours for like all of our other appliances. And then once I have an idea of like, once I get exactly how many lighting fixtures we're gonna have, I'll be able to total, because like the energy consumption is really coming from like HVAC system, from the lighting, and from like our appliances, which I kind of have all laid out in front of me, just not in order quite yet. But so yeah, I think I can take care of that.
Okay, and then maybe the water can be estimated based on our fixtures, on like the flow rates.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not too sure. We have the flow rates. I'm just need to like try and look up something that like gives you an estimate of like water use based on fixture flow rates, and something like, or some sort of conversion that takes flow rates and estimates an annual water use.
Do you have like that data in a doc? You can just tell me which doc and I can figure that out.
Okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and I can show you right now, actually. I think I might have it pulled up. Oh, not anymore. But yeah, if you I'll send the link to it right now. It's in a working doc in our in engineering B's folder. It's from February 16th. So you guys, I know, have been working on like the parameter allocation sort of working document. This is another one, or at least I think I might have seen like Kaiji working on it. But here is that document with here it is in the chat. That's the Google Doc for like the appliances. And just sharing my screen real quick, I'll show you where it is. It's a little messy, but like this is like the washer dryer combinations. And then if you scroll a little bit down, the low flow fixtures, the toilets, the shower head, the bathroom sink, and then the kitchen sink, which are pretty much like the main components, are all there. And it's like 0.8 gallons per flush, 1.25 to 1.75 gallons per minute for the shower head. 1 gallon per minute for the bathroom sink, and then 1.75 gallon per minute for the kitchen sink. But yeah, so those
Yeah,
are,
that
I
looks
think,
good.
if you have the time to, like, I just have like I'm not really sure like where to take these in order to get like annual water consumption. But if that's something that you want to figure out, then that would be awesome.
Yeah, I can do some research on that.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And if you like have any questions or like any insight, like you can send it in the Discord, and I can see if there's anything that I can do too.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool.
In like an average amount of time usage per resident that you could plug in.
Yeah, I'm hoping like there's probably data on that somewhere. on
There's
the
got to
internet.
be something
Yeah.
that like talks about that. So hopefully you come up lucky. Oh, sorry. What's important with that though is we are proposing also to introduce this like if you can get a amount, like a yearly amount of water used, Takeo, let me know, because we're also proposing the implementation of this Hydroloop system, which is a here, let me share my screen one more time. So this like Hydroloop system, what it does is it uses a bunch of sort of interesting technologies or like ways of filtration that aren't through a membrane to reclaim some of the gray water that comes from like I think it's the bathroom, shower, and then the laundry room, and that water will be repurposed and used if you read it right here. So like the recycled water can go to the toilets. We're not going to propose to go to the washing machines because that's kind of gross. I think we should go from the washing machines to the toilets.
So it only uses gray water from shower.
So
bath, air
for
conditioning,
us to
washing?
specify, we would use gray water from the shower and washing machines to pump recycled gray water back into the toilet system. So we'd save like, I'm not sure exactly how much water it is, but once you, if you also get like a daily amount of water use, we can estimate like how much water that we can like sort of like cycle through a day to use for toilets, and it'll give us like a large reduction of potable water use for our building.
Okay, yeah, sounds
So
good.
definitely don't like for the life cycle assessment, don't input like just the straight up water use that you might calculate. Just wait till we can sort of resize it based on like one of these Hydroloop systems. But it'll, yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah,
it.
sounds good. Makes sense.
Cool.
I had a quick question regarding oh, and by the way, if the REMRate software that I'm using can also calculate energy loads and consumption. So if we want to use that maybe as a check, if we can get it to work, that's fine. Still working on getting the parameters for it. Engineering A, has been a big help starting to really like fill out the parameters document that we have. This is kind of what it's looking like. It looks like a huge document. A lot of what's put in here is basically just added clarification on some of the parameters that are included. We got the foundation wall properties, the type of it, and a lot of these dimensions already. Thanks to Kaiji for helping out with that. The slab floor and the floor properties are really coming along. We still have the other components such as the rim and band joist properties, above grade walls, the door properties, ceiling, roof, windows, and infiltration. And we have like some numbers for them, but we're still working on it. So I just wanted to update Kaiji and let you know that I updated this doc. So all of the engineering A parameters should have all the info that you need to, make sense of the inputs and what they're asking for. And if you aren't able to get some of the numbers, we can inquire about it. Perhaps maybe ARC team, or, we can try and fill this out the best that we can. Because in the software, sometimes they indicate that, a certain parameter might, be more important than others. So we just want to try and fill this out the best we can so that hopefully we can get a HERS rating. And this HERS rating, if you were to look at the software itself, they have a section where they have the annual loads and the consumption listed here as well. And it will also kind of give us numbers in terms of, our HERS rating for our project. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So whenever engineering A is able to look at the updated doc, if you, at your earliest convenience, of course, I know you guys are working on the one-click LCA, but at your earliest convenience, if you can take a look at the updated doc and, we can go forward from there, that'd be great. Engineering B still has its inputs that we need to look into, such as, the space conditioning and the duct system. And yeah, that's pretty much updates regarding the HERS rating and that software. So we're making progress. I'm glad that we have made that. We just need to, do what we can to try and finish it out. And I think that's pretty much it. I do remember when I was talking with Sterling, he had mentioned earlier how he was looking into different sizings for a ground source heat pump. And hopefully we're able to find one that is sized enough to where it would fit in our designated area that we've selected on the drawings. I don't know if, I guess the worst case scenario, we found a ground source heat pump or a dual ground source heat pump that was too big for like the space that we had. But I think Sterling said that he was going to try and look into some possibilities and see if we can get a unit that supplies the heating and cooling loads needed for our building. Because he had mentioned that, we're looking at commercial grade, type of heat pumps because of our attached housing being, 3 stories and 12 units and 12,500 square feet for conditioned floor area. So yeah, that's pretty much it from there. I'm gonna pull up, if that's updates for everyone, I'm gonna pull up the Gantt chart. I'm gonna put this link in the chat real quick so that y'all can hop onto it. So yeah, is there anything on this doc that we want to kind of update? Like I mentioned, the HERS score, we're still working on it. The goal was to try and get it a number around midweek, but it's looking more like probably towards the end of this week, if we can get all the parameters set up and everything. But is there anything that we want to update on here, or are we doing okay with where we're at so far?
I would say the life cycle now assessment's about like 30% done. Tomorrow I should have a lot of time, hopefully, to get more done on it.
Energy Pro will begin tomorrow.
Right,
For those
good.
of you guys who don't know, Energy Pro is going to be used to like try and calculate another energy efficiency metric for the building that's just specific to California. But we are not sure how we know how the software works, but we're not sure how to use it fully yet. But gonna happen.
Yeah, that Energy Pro software, although it's not explicitly required in our deliverables, one of the things that we had mentioned before in a previous meeting was that California has its own requirements for being zero energy. And they have their own kind of software and metrics that they use to measure how well your home is relative to their benchmarks. So that's what the Energy Pro software is going to be used for, to try and get that number. And it'll be helpful for us, to make our case that, like, hey, we not only, put all this, new stuff into our building, but we're like abiding by the benchmarks and exceeding the benchmarks that California has set for us. So yeah, that'll happen soon. And yeah, anything else on here? I know that Max wanted to talk about the multimedia pitch next meeting. So at the end of this meeting, we'll schedule a next meeting when we want to meet this week. And we'll discuss, Max will be able to tell us more about that.
Okay, it sounds good. Yeah, we're coming up on that 4/3 deadline.
Yeah, definitely. And just to reassure y'all, the 4/3 deadline is one that Max advocated for us to have it 2 days in advance. But the official deadline, if you look at this comment, the official deadline is Tuesday the 5th. So technically we do have a few extra days, but this was kind of like more of an aspirational goal for us to have these things done or very close to being done by the 3rd, which is next Sunday. But we'll have 2 more days after that. So
Cool. So what time works best for people for the next meet? Maybe like Friday or Saturday?
Yeah, I think Friday evening won't work for me, but Saturday possibly, yeah.
Should we just plan for our next meeting to be